Take your time.
So what's going on?
Everything's okay. First Barry was sick, then I was sick.
I know.
And now we're both okay, but I'm gingerly getting back into the world again.
Gingerly getting back into the world.
Yeah, because if I'm sick, and I'm sure you're smart enough to do that, you have stuff you need to do, but hey, I'm not going to pretend I'm okay and then have a million relapses and be in that low grade. So it feels good to be out and about again. I'm glad Stephanie referred you to somebody. If that's indeed what she did.
I'm sorry. I ordered you lunch, but it never went through.
Oh, don't worry, because it's after lunch anyways.
I'm wondering where the heck the food is.
I was actually going to say, don't bother with the GCS, I'm good. Did you do... Okay, so it wasn't meant to be.
I thought I pressed continue to check out.
Yeah, but you get credit for the gesture. Don't worry about it, sweetie, don't worry. I'm not hungry.
That's why I was so confused when you came in. I'm like, where is this food that I ordered?
I don't know, I actually bought my own groceries.
No.
I like that natural food place around the corner.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
It's
right?
really, really, really well stocked.
You know what I had yesterday? And I was out in the street, I was freezing, I hadn't eaten, because I do that to myself.
Okay.
Sick. And never had matcha in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I went in and had a ginger and turmeric matcha.
Where'd you get it from?
27th and Broadway. It's a new pink place.
And?
It was delicious.
Yeah, I like all those.
Well, I like turmeric and ginger.
I like ginger, and you don't do that. You don't do the apple cider vinegar thing, right?
Well, no, you're very big into that. What do you do?
I pour like 2 tablespoons into some water and
Drink it?
drink it down through a straw because it's not that delightful. But I don't know that I'm the picture of health. But I think I dropped a few pounds, and things seem to be going.
Okay.
Blood pressure came down.
But you bathed in it and everything, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Not the entire tub. It's like you pour a small bottle into the tub. Barry just looks at it and shakes his head. Yeah. But I know ginger's good. I don't know what turmeric is, but I know everybody seems to rave about it.
Yeah, it's great.
And matcha, it tastes good.
Yeah.
I mean, I drank kava tea, so I mean that would be delicious in comparison.
And what is the brown paper and vinegar.
With the
Apple cider vinegar. Do you know what they used to do with that?
No.
For headaches.
Wait, that was a remedy?
Yeah.
Why the brown
I
paper?
don't know.
That was the delivery system?
Mm.
I don't know. I really don't think apple cider vinegar cures all ailments, but blood pressure did come down. My cholesterol came down. I mean, it hasn't hurt anything, so.
I'm gonna look this up. So
ACV.
No. Can you remember any of the questions you had for me?
I do.
Okay.
Let me start with the first one because it may or may not be relevant. Is you mentioned that you said when I was 12 I burned down the pier.
Are we recording?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Okay, remember you mentioned that?
Yeah.
But I wrote in the manuscript. I'm going to need more detail. you never told me the story.
This is so crazy. Was vinegar and brown paper really used to treat injuries? So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I that's probably what they had at the
Jack
time.
and Jill mended his head with vinegar and brown paper in the original story.
But he's a fictional character, so I don't know how much.
Okay, so statute of limitations is up on this.
Yes.
Me and my little sister, I was just,
You were 12, I think, right?
an explorer. I don't know if I was 11 or 12.
Okay.
I wasn't probably 12 yet.
Okay.
It'll be in the records. Oh, God. Somehow we end up in the Union Hall
As you do.
at the end of the pier.
Okay. You and your sister.
Yeah. We broke in on a weekend.
This is just like fun little exploration, urban exploration.
Yeah.
Okay.
But these guys do today and post on Instagram. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Pretending like they discovered subway stations.
Correct.
So, two very memorable things happened this day. One was we burned down the building and the pier. I think it was the Union. It was the fish. It was the fish market was down there, and I believe it was the Union building.
So you didn't burn down the pier. You burned down the
The end of the pier, yeah.
And there was a building there.
Yeah,
It was not a building that was not inhabited at the time.
It was a huge building. It was an old style building.
Yeah.
You know, to me it was this big.
Right.
So yeah, started a fire. Don't know why. Right?
Little pyro.
And at the same time, the only thing we took out of there, I took, and I thought it was just hilarious, was at least 10, 12 inches strap-on dildo with a red, white, and blue strap.
That is funny.
Okay. So me...
We can now pin this at 19... No, it can't be 76 or whatever. Damn. For the bicentennial.
No, it was... Yeah, that would have been... Well, it was probably before that.
Yeah, it was.
So me, having no fucking idea the implications of what I'm doing, puts it on and walking around the street with it.
Where did you put it on?
Underneath my pants. And out my zipper.
So you... Okay.
So I was walking around with a penis about a third of the size of me. Sticking
You
out.
thought it was like a cool accessory.
I didn't... Cool, I don't know. What did I know?
It was
Cool.
your
I
fa-
didn't
it was
even
a
know
fa- it was
about
a fan-
cool.
I don't even know how to address this.
Okay, so I'm walking down. I walk all the way from South Street, Seaport,
Okay.
up to Catherine Slip where I live, and I turn the corner and I'm all, people just looking at me. And then this Puerto Rican man, I will never forget what he said. I still don't know what it means to this day. He said, "Mi maceta," right? And every time he saw me, he thought it was real. Every time he saw me, he said that to me.
He saw you subsequently other times.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
you wanted it.
Right.
Mi maceta.
Where's our Spanish English dictionary?
Let's see. I have it.
You'll need to do, and you can do it phonetically, I guess.
I have a talking translator, and let me see if I remember these words correctly. But
Right.
my whole life, well, my whole teenage years,
This may unlock a secret that you...
Mi maceta.
Was your sister gone when you were wandering around with your new fashion accessory?
She was there.
And when you were burning things down, you were just making a fire, but...
Oh no, we separated. So
Okay.
we separated,
Thank you.
and when I got home, it was on the news.
That the building had burned down.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh my God, Brian, come in." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "It's on the news. Look."
She was freaked out.
I was like, "We did that?" She's like, "Yeah, we did that."
So you thought you had left the fire behind, but you done some little bit of lightweight looting. You come away with sex toys, as only you would.
Uh-huh.
I would probably not find those.
Right.
That's amazing. That's a far better story than I would have imagined.
Listen, I'm tiny. I'll come walking out with it.
Yeah, I understand. And you wouldn't have. Yeah, you wouldn't have.
Mi
known.
maceta.
My flower pot.
My flower pot.
That's it. That's
It
what.
probably has some slang.
No, it
maybe.
is like they would call a short guy with a big dick a teapot.
Really?
I don't know how flower pot fits in.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
that's
Yeah.
the proportions. Well, now
I'll
you know.
never forget those words.
Oh my God! And that was who you were. Oh, amazing.
But I was an innocent little introvert at the time.
I know. I believe you, and I know that to be true from what you said. You didn't. You burned it down because you were just.
Didn't need to burn it down. I'm gonna light a fire. It's gonna go out.
Wow.
Or it's not. Didn't even give it a second thought.
Yeah, you left. You went back
Yeah.
in business.
Yeah. And I catch my sister telling someone, a friend, telling this girl. I don't know how I even knew, but I grabbed my sister. I said, "You crazy? You can't tell anyone this, ever. No one else can know but us." She said, "Oh, she started a fire in the staircase the other day."
And
I said, "She started a fire in the staircase? We burned the fucking building down."
But there was no accountability. Look, there wouldn't have been anyway, quite frankly. Statute of limitations, be damned. I don't know. You were kids.
Yeah.
And there was no malicious intent. It wasn't.
No,
It wasn't
no.
arson. I'm okay.
Don't even, they fucking consequences didn't exist. Well, the brain wasn't developed.
They wouldn't have with you, but no one ever knew that you did that.
No.
Okay, they chalked it up to some spontaneous incident.
I don't know what they did.
But your hall was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And so the building was actually called.
I think it was a union hall.
Okay.
I think, from
Yeah.
memory,
I think it might be in the paper someplace.
Yeah, I think those guys would have killed me. It was,
Oh, they would have been displeased, I think. But so it was actually something that was actually in use.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good story.
Yeah.
Before, did I tell you about the time when I burned down the pier? And then you went on. Then you went on to something else.
Yeah, that was a big event in my life.
It really is. And then just actually see it on the news.
Yeah.
That's so.
It was so
That's
scary.
never. I mean, that's just surreal.
So I start something, and by the time I get home, it's on the news. Yeah,
Okay.
that was shocking.
Mom never knew. Only your sister fool enough to tell this other person, but
Yeah,
okay.
never got around.
Okay. Wow. All right. But I mean, it could have been a billion times worse. I mean, nobody was hurt. Nobody was there.
Why the fuck was I walking down the street with a
Yeah,
10 or
that part.
12 inch
I have
strap
no
on?
answer for that. And it wasn't.
And laughing.
You didn't have any swagger to you. You weren't doing it with any sexual.
I had no erection. I wasn't turned on.
only a
It
faux
was just-
faux one.
It was like a Popeye cartoon to me, or Felix the Cat
Like
or
some
something.
like guys who were like Star
This
Trek
wasn't
fans and yeah,
It was
okay.
just comic. Comedian.
Okay, well, I'm sure when you said you induced laughter at everybody, you passed.
Oh, apparently I do something else in that old guy.
Yeah, but he never was never predatory other than
No, he never
muttering.
touched me. Every
Yeah.
time he passed me, he said it.
That. That's so funny. I can't even deal with it, but also a little bit sad.
Me must have. I never even looked it up.
Wow.
Me must
But you still heard it in your mind's eye, which is interesting.
Yes, it'll be there forever.
Wow. It's actually, I mean, I'm sorry about the building burning down, but that's,
Oh.
that's not
Not the first one to burn down.
true, and it's not something, an incident in your life where there was destruction or.
Certainly not the
violence.
first building an Irish guy burned down either. I just started watching Rebellion on Netflix.
Yeah, I think that's what a Barry's choice is.
Didn't even know it was on there.
Do you think I was struggling with like the opening of the beginning of my manuscript? Like I'm gonna fix it up, and it sort of starts with when your mom died and how that kicked up a whole bunch of yet another roller coaster in your narrative arc. But to start with, if not for a hole in the wall, I wouldn't be here. And then I can give your great grandfather's escape.
My grandfather's
Escape. And then, so that part I like, but if you think that would be a good direction to go, but also, would it be too heavy-handed to make a point that, like, he also made your destiny, you both had similar,
crimes.
apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Chip
can-
off the old block.
Yeah, you can
I mean, it's funny how like
make some kind of like innuendo to this has something further to do with the story.
okay. Right.
Yeah.
That will take some cleverness. Right. Because I
You are clever.
Oh.
And let me tell you something. I read your stuff and I love it.
Thank you.
And it's just you're so descriptive and
Thank you so much. Because I don't even know. I sort of.
some people really annoy me when they write. you don't not at all.
I know that's a high bar because that's very, very flattering to hear, but because I just keep thinking every time I'm writing something I just dash it off. I enjoy it. It just seems to get
Oh, it's so
a
good.
nice response, and then I think but some people are probably thinking, oh, when is she gonna shut up? And no one's ever said that to me, but and I'm not gonna do it necessarily. But I'm glad it. I mean, that's why I got the job at the website, so I'm glad that I guess I can write in these little tiny increments.
Well,
Not as good as who is Sid Vicious and what is this thing called punk rock? Like that's a that's a grabber.
That was the life-changing moment.
And you didn't know who Sid Vicious was, right?
No. And it was a little.
Yeah.
What did he used to call it?
A
Columns.
squid. Oh well, I don't think called a squid. That's like an old journalistic term.
But it used to be like they divide the page
Right.
into, and it was like just down in
like
the corner.
like a column inch or two about this new guy that was no picture involved or anything like that.
Just this big.
It just made me miss the voice very much. Or we always was Rolling Stone.
The Rolling Stone.
Oh, okay. I haven't read that in like
Who are the Sex Pistols and what is this thing called?
Right. And you're like, if that got your attention.
And I was
yeah.
like, whoa.
But why? It's just so funny that would have subtly changed the
I
course
don't
of
know
your
why.
life.
I'm at that time I'm listening to Kansas, Dust in the Wind, starting to go with rolling with Aerosmith and Queen.
Okay, so
right?
the usual
yeah.
classic rock of the era.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
And then I got right into it when I got out of that place. Well, not right into it.
And I did allude to that, but you how did you put yourself there? How did you put? I mean, you
How
started.
to get in the punk scene?
Yeah.
So, this is a really interesting story. I'm 17 years old.
Newly sprung from your high school.
Yeah, hanging out in Chinatown with the, Chinese kids, the Ghost Shadows, where they hang
Is
out.
it Ghost Shadows or Gold Shadows?
Ghost.
Ghost Shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of spelling. Okay.
So, these two really hot girls come by, and I really was a shy guy. I didn't.
I think you still are.
I never approached, and they asked me, "Do you know where we can get some weed?" I said, "Yeah, come. I got weed. Let's go." We were smoking in the building right there. So we went in the building and we smoked, and one of the girls took me home with her. Oh my God, it was amazing.
Slow clap.
It was incredible. It was, I'm used to girls in my neighborhood. This was a half Asian and half Puerto Rican stripper.
Oh, interesting.
Right.
That would yield a nice genetic result, right?
So, she was just sexy and just was, everything. Wanted to do everything. So, a couple days later, I'm sitting in the same spot, and this guy comes walking down the street. And I'm like, who are you? Because he's dressed punk. And I'm dressed punk. I'm like, who are you?
You were as well.
Yeah.
Okay. You were beginning to put them
Yeah. He's like, I'm Vinny. I live up the block. What's your name? I'm like, I'm Brian. I live in down there. And he's like, oh man, yeah, it's great to see you. There's not many people like us in the neighborhood. But this and nothing. So he's like, yeah, it's my birthday. I got nothing to do. So I'm like 17. I think he was 26 or 27.
Okay.
So I said, it's your birthday. You got nothing to do. I said, come with me. So I took him down to Keno's on Nassau Street. Do you remember Keno's on Nassau Street? You wouldn't, because you weren't a little boy who used to go down there
You are correct.
when you're cutting school and try to peek in the window and see the naked girls.
No, nothing
So-
really is cool with that. That's funny.
So go down to Keno's. That's where the girl works.
K-E-N-O?
Yeah.
Oh, you knew she worked there?
Yeah.
You knew she worked there.
Waited outside. She came out. I said, this is my friend Vinny. It's his birthday. She said, great. Why don't you both come home with me? So she lived on Bleecker Street.
Oh my
Right.
God. We're on Bleecker.
Right by 6th Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
So she takes me and Vinny home with her. And it's just great.
So you had a threesome with that guy?
Yeah, yeah. But
Who
no,
you
no,
met
no,
earlier in
no.
the afternoon?
I just met that day.
Yeah.
This is within hours, but listen to this. Now he's stone cold Italian. Neighborhood guy. But he's a punk rocker. He's kissing the girl on the shoulder, right? And says something. And I said, Vinny, that's my shoulder. He almost had a fucking heart attack. Right?
So there are regions that
Yes,
are...
he almost had a fucking heart attack. It was so funny.
Oh my God.
So it wasn't that kind of threesome. right? It was like, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me. Wait.
But you still have sex in the same room with
Yeah,
the same person.
at the same time.
What a nice gift to give him.
Yeah. So, but then he's kissing my shoulder. I'm like, yo, you're kissing my shoulder. And
And you probably were amused if he was probably horrified.
I was kind of horrified too.
Ah.
No, it was more. I wasn't as horrified as he was because it's ingrained in him as an Italian.
So this girl was really.
Fucking jerk off had to blow everything. You know what he did?
Mm-hmm.
He said something about them fucking Puerto Ricans. And she goes, you know what? You need to leave now. And he said, why? What's the matter? She said, I'm Puerto Rican. I'm Chinese and Puerto Rican. And I was like, yeah.
First of all, why say it? Why does it? Oh, I don't know.
That's a neighborhood back then. Why did they?
Oh, why do people say that now?
Why did they light bums on fire? You know, they used to light fucking bums on fire in Houston.
I know.
You know, literally.
And people would get mad if cops would try to pursue that. It's like,
Yeah.
well, they weren't worth anything. What?
Yeah. So anyway, Vinny and I became very close friends. Lot of antics. We started a band. We named it The Attitudes.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Then we later changed the name to The Eliminators. Which
You're all sitting around stone, just like brainstorming names.
which my stepfather Martin was when I told him the name, he was laughing hysterical.
Mm-hmm.
He said, Brian, do you know what it means to eliminate? Anyway, it was a great name. So
And was he in fact a musician, or just like kind of wanna be on the scene?
Vinny was all he knew was music and I think forklift. I think he had a union job and all he could do was play music. Illiterate, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But musically he could do anything.
Wow. So he played bass, or he?
Yeah.
All right. And he wrote music and stuff.
Yeah.
So you guys actually created music together.
Yeah, we had some really fucking crazy songs.
Does it exist? Do they still exist?
I don't know if he has anything. I don't.
Is he still alive?
So Vinny decided that he wanted to go become a hardcore skinhead.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not going
Surprise.
skinhead.
Right.
So we separated and went separate ways.
You parted creatively.
Yeah. Friendly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm like, those girls aren't cute enough for me. Right?
Correct.
So I'm going with the cute girls.
Right. And
So,
that was punk?
glam rock.
Okay.
So I went from punk to
You
glam
were
rock.
there. Okay, you're right.
So he went and he formed a band, Agnostic Front, and they're still together today. And he's known as the godfather of hardcore.
Get out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's extraordinary.
Yeah. So, you know, I was really good friends with Vinny. I mean, we lived together. He dated my sister. My sister dated all my best friends. But
That probably happens.
we got his grandmother's apartment. His grandmother went into nursing home. We got her apartment on Sullivan Street, right? Can you imagine? We're living across the street from the church, right? Pete's Sandwich Shop. I think it was the second floor. Fucking beautiful. The feast right outside our window.
Man.
Who is it?
Nice.
What was the song that you used to always play? Joe Jackson, you know, looking out my window watching all the girls on my street. Is she really going?
So you bought into that whole.
You know, it was
vibe.
just it was a whole thing going on. You know,
It was the soundtrack to that time in your life.
we had one of our guys worked at a record company in Queens, which means he packed boxes with LPs. You know, he didn't. He
Wasn't any
get
good.
us into certain things. Greg, he's now an artist in Arizona. But like, so we had huge life-size cutouts of Blondie in the apartment, and you know, we just did like graffiti all over the walls. It was during the Iran hostage crisis. We called Iran every night on the phone.
This is great. 1980
This is during the crisis.
teen madness.
We called our man every fucking night
To say,
from his grandmother's phone.
get the hostages out.
Just to curse somebody out.
Wow.
I don't remember what operator. Can you connect me to the operator? And I ran. However we used
And
to
who,
do
and
it.
who, somebody with Saturday Night Radio would pick up on
Just
the
be
other
like,
end.
fuck you.
It's kind of innocent, actually.
Yeah.
Those were your phony phone calls.
But we knew we were getting. We weren't going to be able to leave the apartment.
But you couldn't own the apartment.
No, we were getting kicked out because the grandmother died,
Mm,
and we had no right to be there.
right.
I think when we left, it was about 3 feet of garbage.
I'm sure there was. I'm sure you're going easy.
Yeah. But we were there for a while. It was a lot of fun.
That's a good story.
Yeah, that was a nice neighborhood.
Yeah, no, that would anybody would love to have had that. You know.
Pete's Sandwich Shop. I know Pete was. He used to slice these pickles and put them on his sandwich. It was really good.
I'm sure it's all gone.
So yeah, those days, you know, clubbing, dancing, and Quaaludes. I was selling Quaaludes back
Never had the
then.
pleasure.
I was selling Quaaludes back then for the Chinese guys. I met,
And you a consumer as well.
oh yeah, fuck yeah.
And when you talk about Chinatown fairs, it's F-A-R-E or F-A-I-R?
F-A-I-R.
Okay.
You've never been there?
No,
Outland.
that's my knowledge. I was in Chinatown last.
Okay.
I've only been to the friggin' one in Penn
So-
Station, which is not nearly as good.
Alright. So, Chinatown Mott Street ending on Bowery and Worth. It
I was
was
just there yesterday.
on the south side originally, then it moved to the north side of Mott Street. So it just moved across the street. The first time I'd been into it, it was on the south side. of
And it
Mott.
figures very significantly in a lot of,
Yeah,
parts of your
yeah,
life.
yeah. A lot of money, got a lot of money out of there.
You were discovered by the gang members by there.
Yeah, that's when I told you the story, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's in there. So that's when I met Lenny and all those guys and Eugene. And I told you about the gun thing, right? Where the kid came.
Sure.
Okay. So we work around that, and Lenny gave him the gun. Brian didn't give the gun to Lenny.
Yeah, no, I finessed that one. I think the kid came out and said those guys are at a table they're not supposed to be there. And you fucking kill them. And he furnished him with a gun, and then he went over. And,
But he said to him, "Fucking big mouth, you do it."
Oh, why did he do that, by the way? I don't understand the gang mentality. So, was it just his way of trying to,
Lenny and Kit Jai,
right?
right?
It
Crazy
sounds-
kid.
Yeah.
It was like Mini-Me?
Okay.
This is Mini-Me.
Two little Napoleon complexes? Or?
Yeah, he dressed the same way. He was just much
That's
younger.
why he went
He was
to
like
that.
12 years old.
He was 12.
Yeah.
Oh, I figured you said he was very super young. You
Yeah,
couldn't imagine.
yeah.
I thought he was like 16, 17.
No, I was 16, 17.
Stupid me! Oh, that's so sad.
So when he came in and he tried to, he tried to
Mm-hmm.
take Lenny's face. That's how they, describe. You have to save face.
Right.
That's the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And so Lenny was saving face, and he's like, "You motherfucker, you go shoot him now. You got such a big mouth."
And then he had to do it.
Yeah.
It would be a gauntlet that
Yeah.
he couldn't.
Yeah.
Sound like he didn't resist either.
No, he didn't.
He with a gun, off you went. It will be nowhere on the record, and it was nothing. Karmically, it's got nothing to do with you. You didn't know what the outcome was going to be, and
This
it's just an ugly, ugly, ugly story.
yeah.
It was awful.
He shot himself in. He jumped up right on the table. Was the story?
But you didn't witness it because you weren't there.
No, I wasn't there. No.
Can you imagine just everyone's just dining and
God,
chomping into their roast beef? And
so many people got murdered. I didn't witness any. It would come out and there would be blood stains, or even one morning, there was the blood was draining down Elizabeth Street around the corner down Bayard Street, and the precinct is right like 100 feet up. where I forget the kid who got killed. I think his name was Gary. But I'll never forget that scene.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you know, they were just killing each other left and right, and they couldn't shoot guns, so innocent bystanders all the time were getting killed.